Hello student, today we are going to discuss some question based on residue theorem, Cauchy residue theorem. First we take, evaluate the integration 24z minus 7 upon z minus 1 square 2z plus 3 dz. And we have to find out the value of this integration on path modulus of z equal to 2 and second part modulus of z minus 1 equal to 1. In first part means the center is 0 and radius is 2. In second part, center is 1 and radius is 1. Right? First we put this denominator equal to 0. When we put this denominator equal to 0, we get z minus 1 whole square 2z plus 3 equal to 0. And from here we get z equal to minus of 3 by 2. Because power of 2z plus 3 is 1. So we say this is the pole of order 1. Right? And z minus 1 square equal to 0. So z equal to 1 because power is 2. So we say z equal to 1 is pole of order 2. The power means order, right? Pole of order this one. First we write the formula for both. Residue at simple pole z equal to z1 can be written as limit z tending to z1 z minus z1 into f of z. And residue at pole of order m at z equal to z2 can be written as 1 upon factorial of m minus 1 dm minus 1 upon dzm minus 1 z minus z2 whole square f of z. Always we will take the derivative less than 1 order of pole. Here pole is m, so we take the derivative m minus 1. And same here 1 upon factorial of m minus 1. First we find out residue at z equal to minus of 3 by 2, right? Z equal to minus of 3 by 2, we can see from here, this is the pole of order 1. So we will apply this first formula. We apply this first formula, limit z tending to z1, z1 means minus 3 by 2, the limit of z tending to minus of 3 by 2, z minus z1. So z minus of 3 by 2, right? And f of z, what is fz? Fz is whole function this one, 24z minus 7 upon z minus 1 whole square 2z plus 3. We write this one, right? इस क्वेश्चन में हमारे पास एक इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग क्या है कि हमारे पास यहाँ पे देखिए यू कैन सी दैट हियर कि 2z plus 3, right? So 2z plus 3 we don't write here 2z plus 3, we write here z minus z1. Okay? So first we take the LCM from here, so we get 2z plus 3 by 2, so 1 by 2 we take common from here. So limit of z tending to minus of 3 by 2, 2z plus 3 and f of z. 2z plus 3 cancel out with this 2z plus 3. Now we put z equal to minus of 3 by 2. Put here minus of 3 by 2, the 24 into minus 3 by 2 minus 7 upon minus 3 by 2 minus 1 whole square. Solving this, we get minus of 86 upon 25, right? Here comes this residue at z equal to 1. Residue at z equal to 1, this is the pole of order 2. You can see from here, this is the pole of order 2, right? The pole of order 2 means we have to apply formula 1 upon factorial m minus 1 time derivative of z minus z2 whole square fz. Here z2 is 1, so we say limit z tending to 1 upon factorial because order 2 that means 1 derivative d by dz, z minus 1 whole square fz. Z minus 1 whole square cancel out and put then differentiate this we get 2z plus 3 whole square, denominator into differentiation of numerator minus numerator into differentiation of denominator. And when we put z equal to 1, we get 2 plus 3. Here from here we get 24. This is 24 minus 7 into 2 upon 5 square. That means we get 86 upon 25. Now from the first part, in the A part given that modulus of z equal to 2. Modulus of z equal to 2 means a circle with center 0 and radius 2. We take this circle, the center is 0 and radius is 2, we draw this circle, this one. Now we can see from here z equal to 1, this is the z equal to 1 and z equal to minus 3 by 2, both lie in this given circle. This is the C, both lie in this given circle, right? So we can say that both singularity z equal to minus of 3 by 2 and z equal to 1 lie in C. For finding the value of this integration, we apply Cauchy residue theorem, and Cauchy residue theorem says that integration of on C f z dz can be written as, value of this one written as 2 pi I sum of residue at all singularity. At all singularity, right? So that means this 2 pi I, we have the two singularity z equal to minus 3 by 2 and singular residue at z equal to minus 3 by 2 is minus of 86 upon 25 and residue at z equal to 1 is 86 upon 25. So we write this 86 upon 25, both cancel out, that means the answer is equal to 0. That means the value of integration on this modulus of z equal to 0. Now we come second part. Second part say, B part say modulus of z minus 1 equal to 1. That means center is 1, z equal to 1 and radius is 1. So draw a circle here. This center is 1, radius is 1, this is the circle, this is C, this is the given C. In this B part, this is the C. And we can see here that z equal to 1, z equal to minus 3 by 2. This is outside the given C. Only z equal to 1 inside this given C. We write the singularity z equal to 1, singularity lie in C. So again using Cauchy residue theorem, value of integration 24z minus 7 upon z minus 1 square 2z plus 3 dz will be equal to 2 by I sum of all residue. Here only one singularity is there, so we can write the residue at z equal to 1. So answer is equal to 2 pi I and residue at 1 is 86 upon 25. So write this 86 upon 25. From here we get 172 pi I upon 25. This is the answer, right? So we can say that we will take the singularity which lie in the given circle C. And what is the formula? Formula is 2 pi I sum of residue at all singularity. Now we take another example. Evaluate the integration z square sine 1 upon z dz. And the region is given as, C is given as modulus of z equal to 1, and second question is modulus of z minus 1 equal to 1 by 2. Here you can see that nothing in denominator, but at z equal to 0, this sine of 1 upon z, this is sine 1 upon z. Sine 1 upon z means sine infinity. That means z equal to 0 is singularity. So using Lorentz series expansion, expand this z square sine 1 upon z. So write as sine z square sine 1 upon z. So open the series of sine 1 upon z, that is equal to a minus a cube upon factorial 3 plus a cube power 5 upon factorial 5. So apply this one, and here a is equal to 1 upon z. Value of a is 1 upon z. Write this series and then multiply z square in this bracket. We get z minus 1 upon 6z plus 1 upon root factorial 5 z cube and so. And this is the principal part, because we study in Lorentz series that in a term where 1 upon z minus z0 exists, that's the principal part, right? And the principal part is there, that means there is a singularity. Because in the principal part and infinite terms are there, so we can say that z equal to 0 is essential singularity. If number of terms in principal part are infinite, in that case we say essential singularity. And residue at z equal to z0 in Lorentz series defined as the coefficient of 1 upon z minus z0, right? And coefficient of z minus z0, here z0 is 0, the coefficient of 1 upon z. Coefficient of 1 upon z is, from this term you can see that coefficient is equal to, from this term we can see that coefficient is minus of 1 upon 6. So we can say that residue at z equal to 0 is minus of 1 upon 6. Now take the first question, this one, modulus of z equal to 1, this is the z equal to 0, this is the circle C, and this z equal to 1, this z equal to minus 1. So we can see that z equal to 0 lie in this C. So by residue theorem, we can see that integration of z square sin 1 upon z dz can be written as 2 pi I sum of residue, and here only one singularity is there, that means we can say residue at z equal to 0. So put the residue value as minus 1 upon 6, we get minus of pi I upon 3. Now we come to the second part, modulus of z minus 1 equal to 1 by 2. That means center is 1 and radius is 1 by 2. We draw the circle, this one, z equal to 1 is the center, end part is 3 by 2, starting part is 1 by 2. So we can see that z equal to 0 not lie in this given circle C. So the value of this integration is 2 pi I into residue and residue of the singularity. But there is no singularity in this circle, so we can say that this is 0. The value of this integration will be equal to 0. Now we take other example, evaluate integrations 1 upon sin hyperbolic 2z dz. And two questions are there, modulus of z equal to 2 and modulus of z minus I equal to 1. Right? First, we know that cos hyperbolic x can be written as cos ix. Right? Any question cos hyperbolic x, we want to find out the singularity at cos hyperbolic x. So we will write cos ix and then find the singularity. And also cos hyperbolic x can be written as e to the power x plus e to the power minus x by 2. Similarly, sin hyperbolic x can be written as minus of I sin ix, and also can be written as e to the power x minus e to the power minus x upon 2. If we put denominator equal to 0, denominator is sin hyperbolic 2z. So we put sin hyperbolic 2z equal to 0. We have to find out the value of z. So first we convert this hyperbolic function into simple sine function. So write this minus of I sin I 2z equal to 0, and this we can write always as sine of n pi, because value of sin n pi is 0. So we can write that 2iz equal to n pi and z equal to n pi by 2I plus minus. So that we can be written as minus plus n pi by 2I. We multiply I in numerator and denominator. So sign will change to minus plus n pi by 2I. We put n equal to 1 and n equal to minus 1. So we get the two singularity pi by 2I and minus of pi by 2I. Right? And we will first find out the residue and both the singularity, and then we will see which singularity lie in this circle C. Right? So here you can also see that f of z can be written as pz upon q of z. You can see that fz can be written as pz upon qz, and at z equal to 0, p of z0 is not equal to 0. If the z equal to z0 is simple pole, you already studied that this one. If z equal to z0 is simple pole, in that case we can write residue at z equal to z0 can be written as limit z tending to z0 pz upon q dash z, derivative of qz in denominator. Right? So we apply this formula. First, residue at z equal to pi by 2 into I. So limit z tending to pi I by 2, the differentiation of sin hyperbolic 2z, this can be written as 2 times of cos hyperbolic 2z. Right? Put the value of z here, we get pi by 2I. Right? So pi by 2 to cancel out, to cos hyperbolic pi I. Write the value of cos hyperbolic. Hyperbolic value is minus of cos of ix. So I into I is 1 minus 1, that means 1 upon 2 cos minus of pi. And cos minus theta in fourth quadrant, that is positive, and value of cos pi is minus 1. The value is equal to minus of 1 upon 2. Now we have to find out residue at z equal to minus pi by 2I. So limit z tending to minus pi by 2I, 1 upon cos hyperbolic 2z. Now we put the value of z here and then find the value. So residue at z equal to minus pi by 2I is equal to 1 upon 2 cos hyperbolic, put z equal to minus pi by 2I into 2. Write the value of cos hyperbolic function, that is cos I, because we know cos hyperbolic z is cos IZ. Put here IZ, so I into I square means minus 1, so we get cos pi. Right? So value of cos pi is minus 1, so we get minus of 1 by 2. That means we get the residue at z equal to pi by 2I is minus 1 by 2 and z equal to minus pi by 2I again minus of 1 by 2. These two are the residue at residue in the this one, right? Now take the first circle, modulus of z equal to 2. Modulus of z equal to 2, we do a circle, this is z equal to 0 and z equal to 2 means radius 2. So we take this 2, z equal to 2, this is z equal to minus 2, above is z equal to 2I, this is minus 2I. Both the singularity z equal to pi by 2I, if we just see the value of pi by 2, that is less than 2, right? That means this is pi by 2I and minus of pi by 2I both lie in the given circle, right? So we can see that by using the Cauchy residue theorem, integration 1 upon sine hyperbolic 2z dz can be written as 2 pi I into sum of residue. Sum of residue means residue sum of residue at z equal to pi by 2I and z equal to minus of pi by 2I. So value is 2 pi I minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. We get minus of 2 pi I. Value of integration is minus of 2 pi I. Now we see the second one. Modulus of z minus I equal to 1. Modulus of z minus I equal to 1 means center is I and radius is 1. Take center as I, radius is 1. So we get this circle. And you can see that only z equal to pi by 2I lie in this given circle C. And z equal to minus of pi by 2I outside the circle. So again, using the residue theorem, you can say that the value of this integration is 2 pi I into residue at z equal to pi by 2I, because only one singularity in this given circle, and value of this one is z equal to pi by 2I is minus 1 by 2. So 2 pi I into minus of 1 by 2, that is equal to pi I. So this is the answer, right? अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आए तो आप इसको सब्सक्राइब करें, चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें, एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच.